Hey everyone, you know that everyday recipe, that delicious lunch you've been waiting for a recipe like this? Look, I already guessed what you wanted to make at home. How about a ground beef shepherd's pie, easy to make? I think it's more economical, really tasty and super simple, guys. Shall we make it? So I'm going to explain it to you step by step, a really tasty recipe with all my little tips. And I'm sure you already have a recipe notebook from Chef Leo. So awesome! Remember, the recipe is here in the video description, and I want to ask you, please share and like this video. Help out this channel, okay? Let's go. Look how simple it is, guys. I'm going to start by frying a little piece of bacon to give it a nice aroma. So I'm going to heat up my pan here and let's get started. A drizzle of oil, about 2 tablespoons, okay? And I'm going to add finely chopped bacon, about 70 grams, but you can use more if you like. It's really just to give it a nice, delicious flavor. And now I'm going to fry it, okay? To render out the fat. It should get nice and crispy. The bacon should be well fried. I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic here. Stir it a little. In a moment, I'll add the onion. As soon as the garlic releases its aroma, I'll add an onion, guys. It can be a medium onion, okay? Finely chopped. And stir a little more. There, look how it is already. So add 500 grams of ground beef here, okay? I use sirloin, okay guys? And here I'm going to fry it, let it get nice and browned before adding the rest of the ingredients, all our seasonings. Keep frying. It's not quite there yet, huh guys? So I'm going to add here, look, 1 seedless tomato chopped. I'm also going to add about 50 grams of chopped olives. Seasoning I have here, look, chimichurri, a bit of black pepper, right? And here also a little bit of red pepper flakes because I like it, okay? Add whatever you want, feel free. Stir a little more until it fries a bit more here. I'm also going to add a pinch of salt now because I hadn't added any until now. I like to add it like this, look, with my fingertips. Now here, guys, look, 100 grams of tomato sauce. Mix it a little more. And I think I'm going to need to add a little bit of water because I don't want to lose the moisture in this filling, okay? I don't want a dry filling, no. If you don't have this moisture here, look, add a little more water. In fact, add a little water. I didn't add any here, guys, because I fried the meat and didn't let it dry out, okay? Now, a little bit of parsley and green onion to finish. And I'm going to turn it off now because everything's ready here. Guys, look, to get about 1 kilo of potatoes, take about 1 kilo and 200 grams, peel them, cut them into a good size, and cook them, okay? Now, while they're still warm, I'm going to mash them here. If you don't have a potato masher, you can just use a fork, okay? But let's go. After mashing it all up, guys, I'm going to put the potatoes in the pan because now it's time to make the mashed potatoes, but it's going to be a really special mash, okay? Along with the potatoes, I'm going to add a box of heavy cream here. If I need to later, I'll add a little milk, but for now, just the heavy cream. Here, 50 grams of margarine. You can use butter too with salt, okay? Or without salt, that's no problem at all. I'm even going to add a pinch of salt here, look. Then I'll taste it, right? To see how it's turning out. And to make it even tastier, you can add about 100 to 150 grams of mozzarella cheese. Guys, just imagine if this mash isn't going to turn out great, right? Okay, I put everything in here, stir it a little, and then we'll take it to the stove, all right? Low heat. And now, keep stirring here until it turns into a nice mash, right? And if it gets too dry, too stiff, I'll add a few drops of milk. Look, I can already tell it's going to be pretty firm. So I'm going to take 100 milliliters of milk and add it in here. Don't let it get too runny, guys. Go slowly here. Look, with the 100 milliliters, add half stir and we'll add the rest little by little. I'm going to add the rest, okay? I had only put in half, now I'll add the rest. Adjust the salt. I tasted it here and I thought it needed a little more. It's still on low heat. And now keep stirring. Guys, it's just to gently melt the cheese and thoroughly blend all the wonderful flavors together, okay? Look, please don't let this cook any longer than necessary. Everything's already perfectly cooked, right? I'm going to add a little more milk just to make it a bit more pliable. I'll add another 50 milliliters of milk and stir. Altogether, guys, it's about 200 milliliters of milk so far, okay? It really depends on the potato. And here, now it's ready, see? It's already more pliable. Look at this beautiful cream. It's mainly so it spreads well in our baking dish, okay? All done, I'm going to turn it off now. Now it's time to assemble everything, right? I have a baking dish here, a heat-resistant one. Okay, guys, it needs to go in the oven. This one here is about, on average, about 22 by 35, but it can be a little smaller. That's no problem. I'm going to put half of the cream on the bottom here and the other half will go on top, okay? I'll add it and start spreading it out as well. And now, guys, spread this wonderful filling right in the middle, okay? You can really be generous with it. Now I'm going to carefully spread the rest of the cream on top. Everything is well spread out, guys, very carefully with a lot of love. Now on top, I'm going to add 100 grams of sliced mozzarella, okay? Just so we get it nice and gratinate. Everything's ready. The oven, let me talk a bit about it. My oven is already nice and hot, guys. About 220 degrees, 220. It'll stay in there for about 15 minutes. Since I have an electric oven, I'll wait to turn on the top heater until the very last second. With 1 minute left, I turn on the top heater because then it works like a grill, right? It will grill. But if you don't have one, that's no problem at all. Just leave it in until the top is nice and golden, okay? That's all. Just make sure your oven is well preheated. The time it takes, of course, depends on your oven, and it only gets this golden on top because my oven has a broiler, so that's why it looks like this. If yours doesn't have one, it'll just melt, that's all, okay? But look at this, guys. Isn't it wonderful? Seriously, isn't it? This is just amazing with some white rice, right? You don't need anything else, but honestly, I'd eat it just like this. Now comes the hard part. Guys, look, it's hot, really hot, okay? Let me see if I can get some out, because now I have to try it, right? The combination of flavors here, potatoes with ground beef, wow, and a little cheese on top. Look at that steam. Make this at home, then let me know how it turns out, okay?